Yes, judges.
Hello, Dan. How you doing? You
What are you
all
up to, bro?
I'm actually watching the football, mate. This Surfshark VPN is a lifesaver, mate. You can watch the football with a dodgy Wi-Fi, even at the Emirates when you've got a big crowd there and everything like that, watching the football. Unbelievable.
Easy to set up? Well, it must be if you've done it, mate.
Ah, very, very funny. Even abroad you can watch all your favourite programmes. It's like being at home, mate.
And that's exactly what you guys can do too. Click the link in the description for Surfshark VPN.
This season, even if we don't win it, it's an improvement in the sense that we haven't lost the league like we did last season. We haven't handed City the league. City have just won it. You know, like last season, we were points ahead, and ultimately we kind of fell off and crumbled. But this season, we're still in it. You know what I'm saying? We're still fighting tooth and nail. Though the power is not in our hands, but it isn't such a. It's a point margin. It's just a point. 2 points margin, right? It's not even a game. It's not even a whole 3 points. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's a big improvement for us. Like I like the fact that the mentality, we haven't folded like we did last season. Like we lost the Villa, easily could have started folding, started capitulating. Do you know what I'm saying? But and if you look at the bigger picture, it's literally one defeat this year.
But Stricto, we got to talk about our fan base. Our fan base folded. Our fan base said, "Yo, it's done. It's dusted." They gave up. They threw saying the manager needs to be sacked.
I saw your video.
Kenny,
your video the day. You said the same thing, though.
I respect you so much. When I say this,
the next day was a new day. You said it. I've got the receipts.
And I'm not speaking about you solely because I know you have your balance. You're not childish like some people. I'm speaking about the people specifically who completely threw their toys out the Prem and said it's done, it's dusted. This manager can never do it. He's got to go tonight. People throwing their toys out the Prem and giving up on the team after one bad result. That's what I'm talking about. I don't think for 1 second you said he should be sacked on that night and the game is done. I always thought you said, you know what, wait until the end of the season. I'm speaking about the childish nature of our fan base and the immaturity within our fan base.
I mean, Egal. I think a lot of people generally started having a flashback of last season, you know, and kind of just, well, they've lost this game at home to a Villa side, especially if you look at the way we were supposed to win that game, because Liverpool just lost to at the point Liverpool were the league leaders and just lost to Crystal Palace. So it was that kind of feeling of, well, you're at home, you've lost to Villa earlier in the season via injustice, and you couldn't even revenge that defeat after all the motivation of Liverpool getting beat by Palace. And you know, I remember walking into the Emirates and everyone would just pop like, fucking hell, this is the chance to, you know, to fucking get ahead of Liverpool. And you know, and the manner in which we lost, we didn't even put up a fight. Now, I'm not saying, I never, you know, after my fan cam, I never once said it was over. I actually said it's not over till it's mathematically over. That was, you know, anyone can go and find that. But I'm not angry at people who would have thought it was over. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the manner in which we lost, it was the worst performance I've ever seen, certainly at home this season. Like one of the up there. We didn't try. Like we could have been playing like for another 2 hours. I couldn't even see where our goal was coming from. It was like everyone had a mental block in that game. Do you know what I mean? But you are right. Some of our fan base maybe went over the top, but I understand. It was just a flash.
What I would say, right? What I would say is, because I was one of them who come out of the ground and said, I think we might have blown it. I didn't say get this manager gone and going mental like that. But I did say I think we might have blown this because I can't see Man City dropping points. And it wasn't we've blown this because Arsenal now lose the rest of their games. We're all just shambles and let's start again. But it was just Man City, and I'm not been proven wrong yet. And I'm praying somebody takes something off of Man City, man. That's all I can pray now. We do our job.
You know, it wasn't out of disrespect towards the manager. It's just the fact that we've seen this movie. We saw this movie in 2019. We saw it in 2022. You know, we know that we're more than capable of winning every game. But when Liverpool were going toe-to-toe with them in 2019, they got 97 points. They came second. In 2022, they got 92 points and came second. The game that we saw, we've been watching a few years ago, and the same thing that we're doing now is that this is a Man City team who make every game they play winnable, regardless of the quality of the team they're against, because they're a top side. And the reason why we said, all right, let's send the champagnes over Champers over to East Manchester is because the fact that, you know, they're 2 points ahead. You know, they're in front. It's in their hands. That's why we said it. It was nothing to do with the manager. You know, the recriminations are going to come at the end of the season if we lose. That's for another day. It was nothing. But the fact is, it wasn't the fact that, you know, that we were giving up and being pessimistic. We just rate this Man City side very highly. I think every football fan rates this Man City side. And the problem that Arsenal got, and any team moving forward, if you want to win this league, there's so much margin. You can't afford to drop points. You know, you think about it, the teams that have, in the last 7 years, Man City won it 6 years. The team that won the league that time didn't lose a game until March. You know, the middle of March. They went unbeaten until then, and that's the levels you've got to go to. So any other era, you win the league. Arsenal win the league. Don't know about last season, but this season you win the league. But with Man City setting above, because you remember when Man City won the league in 2018, they got 100 points. The season afterwards, they won it with 98 points. That's the bar now that you, as long as Pep's here, that's the bar you've got to, you know, try and rise to. And plus, there's no margin. You can't afford to drop any points. I know it's impossible to drop points, but the fact is, you just can't. And that's why we were like that. It's because, you know, even though we had a great run since the turn of the year, the fact is, in essence, we're playing catch up. We're playing catch up with Liverpool. We see Liverpool off, but Man City is difficult to shake off because of what they got. And I think that's why we were.
You know what, Kenya? I think another aspect, maybe on the positive side of Arsenal, well, on the good side of Arsenal, is, like I said earlier, it's 2 points, right? So even if they drew, just having that goal difference that we've built over this run from the start of the season puts us in the driving seat. You understand? If City, let's say City are drawn with Forest the other night, right?
Mm.
Puts us back in the driving seat just based on the goal difference that we've built over this last run. So that's what kind of gives me the little hope. I know it sounds crazy because deep down in my heart, I know City can win all their games and go on and win the title. But that little thing that I'm carrying with me, like you might call it delusional, but that goal difference seems to be there. So much so that you can see every time City are playing, they're playing to close down our goal difference because they themselves know that if by any accident happens, by any, you know, maybe a last minute equalizer or something, they know is back in our hands. And City haven't really, as far as from the, actually no, that's a lie. I was gonna say
the 7 goals behind, the seven goals plus behind it. There's 7 goals minus behind us, aren't they?
Yeah. That's what hurt me with Raya. That's what killed me when Raya made that mistake the other night against that. I couldn't shake off that mistake. Like, even I know he came out and he apologized for it, but I'm sorry. You don't do that with the game right in front of you. You know, when Ramsdale got caught off the other day by against Brentford, it's a bit different because, you know, he has a style where he's trying to kick the ball and, you know, he got caught. He can't see Vista coming from the side of him. Raya's got the whole game. He can see every Tottenham player in front of him. How the fuck you could have done anything other than what you did, and they wouldn't have scored from that situation. And the fact that it was Romero, a centre back, push so high up, like you could have done. I can't forgive it. I'm sorry. It hasn't left my system because at that point it was minus 11. It was plus 11 against City. It was plus 11, and I'm convinced if it was 3-0 at that point, I'm convinced we would have gone on to score more goals because it was working in our favour. Martinelli's come on, there's spaces in behind, he would have got in behind, and I'm sure an opportunity would have came to make for us to score more goals. That's why I can't forgive it, because as soon as that went in, their tails went up. And I just got nervous. Even though we was 2 goals up, I went nervous. You know, and that's all because of Raya. I can't understand it. I really can't.
You're spot on, but the situation is you just need to get the job done. And we need to just get out of there. So the fact that we just got the job done.
But Egal, in real time, the job was done. It wasn't a case of we scored a last minute goal and we just got 3 points and fucked off. In real time, we was 3-0 up, comfortable, letting them come at us. The goal they scored came out of nowhere. They didn't work for that goal. They did not work for that goal at all. And those are, in my mind, those will probably be the fine margins that define us being the champions and City being the champions. Because plus, is it -7 now with what, seven goals ahead of them now? City can go and fucking beat Fulham 5-0.
Fair.
And the little advantage that we have is no more. Do you know what I mean? And that's where my annoyance is. That's really where my annoyance is, because we battered Chelsea.
We have Bournemouth at home. City's next 2 games are away from home. City just had one of their worst performances of the season. Against Nottingham Forest, and they didn't. Luckily for them, they didn't drop points. Hopefully, all we can do at this point is do our own job. We need to go and do stats pad session versus Bournemouth, and then once we do that, we need one more big goal scoring performance, and I think we can keep ourselves clear from City. 7 goals in 4 games to break that gap might be difficult for them.
Yeah, well, if you look at the teams they're playing, it's teams that they can blow off. It's really, I mean, they didn't really play well against Forest and managed to leave there with a +2. You know, it's teams they can blow off, especially the fact they're chasing it. They know that they have to fix their goal difference just to kill off any chance that Arsenal had. We saw it against Brighton. Every goal they scored, quick, back to the halfway line, back to the halfway line, back to the halfway line.
True.
No, I agree with that as well. I thought Brighton were poor against us. I thought they were even worse against Man City. And Fulham are on the beach. They got to play them. Wolves are on the beach. They got to play them. I expect them to win quite comfortably, in my opinion, against West Ham on the last game of the season. And I think Spurs, they'll beat them. I do. I just don't see Man City dropping. But I'm with Egal. You can definitely sit and hope and just pray that something might happen. And Arsenal got to do their job for sure.
The best teams in the world football have higher wage bills. I genuinely don't think there's anything wrong with next season if we have a starting 11 where Kai Havertz and Jesus are not starting.
I don't think
there's an issue if Martinelli's not starting. Personally, for me, I think we need more tactical flexibility. And if we're looking to get rid of the likes of Gabriel Jesus right now, I think that's to the detriment of the squad. The whole reason why we want a good squad is so we can compete in the Champions League, compete in the league, compete.
I agree.
And there's going to be more games in the Champions League next year. So, bro, I categorically disagree with you.
I'm completely with you. I'm with you on that. Yeah. When it comes to squad, of course, we want the best squad that we can possibly have. But I also know Arsenal Football Club. I also know Arsenal.
You don't know Arsenal anymore. This is different. 1 second. Same way Chelsea fans say they know Chelsea. We know Chelsea. Chelsea's finished since Roman came. And guess what? The Arsenal you used to know is dead and gone. This is new Arsenal. This is the better Arsenal. This is what we want to be. This is where we want to be. So stop saying, I know Arsenal. I know what we do. You don't know that anymore. We act different. We drop 100 million pounds on Declan Rice. We go and we sign players from other clubs and they actually bang instead of being flops. We go and we win almost 10, 15 games in a row. And you're trying to tell me, oh, I know Arsenal. If you knew Arsenal, well, we wouldn't be in this position.
We will see, Egal. We will see. Yeah? I'm not gonna write off 20 years of watching Arsenal make the same mistake, watching Arsenal get into a position where we finally look like we're going to go and win some major honours, right? And then all of a sudden we're let down, not by necessarily the manager that's in charge or the players as such, but the board, right? This is my point that I'm making. Cronkies they're still here, yeah? And at the moment, you can sit there and hold your hands up and say, look, the Cronkies have done what they need to do with Mikel Arteta. They've backed him. They've given him money, right? They've given him a lot of money, in fact. Are they going to continue to do that to make sure that Arsenal win, though? This is where I don't trust them. It's not about the manager. It's not about the players. It's about the Cronkies. Are they happy with Arsenal being this continuous top 4 title challenging team? Or are they actually ambitious about going and winning major honours, including the Champions League as well?
I think that's fair. I do think that's fair, Egal. I must say.
How is that fair? We've shown ambition. We've shown that we want to go win.
But we still haven't won anything yet.
We've shown year in, year out that it doesn't matter. We've shown ruthlessness. We signed Zinchenko recently. We're already looking to get rid of him to bring in another left back. Guys, what we're doing consistently year in, year out is showing the ambition to try to improve. 4 years into Arteta's 4 full seasons into Arteta's reign, he now has a squad that can compete at the top level. And you're trying to tell me you don't know if the Cronkies are going to still back this? You have no evidence to back your claims.
And you have no evidence to say that they will.
I have evidence from what they've done ever since
I will believe it when I see it, Egal. Yeah? I'll believe it when I see it. That's all I'm saying.
You have PTSD from Arsenal under Arsene Wenger. Get out of those days, please.
What are you talking about?
Bro, Arsene Wenger days are done. The days where the owners are shared and they don't invest as much is done. The days where the ownership doesn't have hand-in-hand work with the manager and the backroom team to get what needs to get done is done. These guys are making proper movements. We're looking like a good football club. We're run like a good football club now. It's not just a coincidence that everything started working. So, Brendan, I understand your skepticism, and I'm not trying to police you on how you feel, but I'm just trying to tell you, have more confidence in what's actually happening because we're seeing the fruits of our labors in front of our eyes.
The problem is that the players, and I say it, and I'm going to, because it's after the watershed, my watershed, I'm going to use, maybe some cussing words. All the players that took the piss out of it, Unai Emery, the only reason why I give Arteta props, because I'm a Mario Unai Emery. I'm glad he got rid of Ozil. I'm glad he got rid of players like Guendouzi. I'm glad he got rid of Aubameyang and Lacazette, because all those players took the piss under Unai Emery. All these idiots who say, Unai Emery lost a dressing room. All right, he lost a dressing room, but come on. Are you really backing these 4 players who took the mickey, these bad eggs? Look what happened in the Europa League final. These Europa League final. Come on, this is Unai Emery's tournament. You're trying to tell me that those idiots put in a shift for us and obeyed that poor man's instructions? They sold him down the river and in turn sold us down the river. Good riddance to Aubameyang. I couldn't give a damn what Aubameyang does and who his mates are. Get the hell out of here, mate. Like I said, get the hell out of here. Guendouzi, if you don't want to, follow the team pattern, get out of it. The club's bigger than all you fools, man. The club's bigger than you fools.
Again, hit them again, Kenny.
I've seen Henry play. I've seen Bergkamp play. I've seen Brady play. I've seen Perez play. I've seen Adams bowl. You're not even on their level. Get the hell out of here, giving it the large. That's why I don't have allegiances to players. If there's better than Jesus,
or managers,
please go. If there's better than Martinelli, please go. I don't care about Martinelli. I don't care that he scored that great goal against Chelsea. The fact is, as Martinelli developed, as our manager, and what about our manager? Our manager was trying to buy Mudryk. So he clearly had issues with Martinelli, because history has told you that if you buy someone for 65 million plus, he starts he gets shoehorned in the team. So don't have a go at me or Brandon when we're saying, oh yeah, Martinelli. What about your manager? Your manager went him out, and yeah, you're right, managers as well. As far as I'm concerned, Mikel is the man of possession. Am I a big fan of his? No, I'm not. But he's the man of possession. I want it to do well for Arsenal. But if there's better out there than Mikel, or Mikel decides to go to Barcelona or to resurrect them, Arsenal's still going to be here. Arsenal is the alpha and omega. The club is the star, not the player, not the manager.
Love that, Kenny, man. That's an unbelievable rant and proper good speech, man. Proper good. And I agree with a lot of it, man. Listen, Mikel's done really good. He's got us challenging. I need him to get us across the line. He's going to here next season. We need to give what he needs in the summer. And we're going to go again if Man City don't drop points this season, because there's always a chance in football that he can.